What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hit subscribe and hit the bell. Make sure you don't miss my next upload because it's going to be a good one. And if you like the video, be sure to leave a like and comment and all that good stuff. And without any further ado, let's get right into it. So basically today I just want to talk about how my injections have been going and what's going on with the TRT prescription. So the steroids that I got are legit, they're good, but I've been running into some problems. Now I'm familiar with the concept of PIP or post-injection pain, and I understand that virgin muscles, when they're first getting injected, the first few times they're gonna hurt because your body's not used to this hormone just being injected straight into your muscle. It's gonna have to get used to metabolizing these substances. At first, it's gonna be a lot of, white blood cell action trying to fight whatever it thinks this thing is and trying to get rid of it. It is what it is. Virgin muscle, you gotta get used to it. It's gonna hurt, whatever. I did my first injection in my right ventriglute, no problem whatsoever. I was actually surprised that it didn't hurt at all. And I was a little shaky, I was a little nervous. Pretty sure all I had to eat that day was just a Red Bull, honestly. So I was a little bit shaky, but it didn't hurt at all. I did everything properly and I was like, okay, this is nothing. This is no sweat, easy. This is like taking a vitamin. But then I woke up the next day and it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad pain. And I was like, okay, this sucks. But if it's only gonna be like a few injections and then it's over, I can get used to this. This is no big deal. And then the next day, and I wasn't able to work out through this on the first day, but then the next day I woke up and it was like so much worse. It was like 48 hours after my injection and I was like, I can barely even like sit up in bed or lay down on my side. It was bad. And I was like, maybe it was just because I was shaky or whatever. Did the same thing on the other glute 2 days after when my right glute was still fucking up. Also, again, no pain. I wiped it down, took a hot shower before and after, made sure everything was good. This time I heated up the oil because I thought maybe it's just because the oil was not warm enough and it wasn't able to flow freely through the muscle, and and then the same thing happened again. Then I did the same thing on my left delt, and then I did the same thing on my right delt, every other day injections. So I've been rotating 4 injections. My ass hurts super bad. My shoulders hurt super bad. And I started going online and figuring out, why do I have such brutal crippling PIP? And basically what I found was that because of the concentration of my gear, which is 300 milligrams per milliliter, it's a higher concentration than what is normally seen in testosterone cypionate. It's usually like 100 to 200, usually 200. But this stuff I got was 300. And people were saying like the higher the concentration, the more PIP you're gonna have. And I wanted to know why. And I was like, I found out that basically because of the concentration, labs will often use benzyl alcohol in higher doses to stabilize the compound so that it doesn't fall out in the bottle and you don't have like floaties and shit. So it makes the solution a little bit more stable, and it also works as a sterilizer. So it keeps your shit from like growing bacteria inside the vial, which is good. You don't want to have any kind of crazy shit, and labs don't want to have to deal with your infection because it ruins their reputation. So they make up for the concentration with benzyl alcohol. Now the problem with benzyl alcohol is it's basically water soluble. It gets absorbed super fast, even before the carrier oil. So basically all of the leftover compound that didn't get absorbed into the muscle with the oil gets left behind in the muscle and it crashes in your body. Instead of like falling out in the vial where you would be able to notice that it's fucked up, it crashes in your body where it doesn't get fucked up until it's actually in your body. Now, the hormone will still absorb eventually into your muscles, but the downside is there's all this crystallized raw powder version of the hormone that you're supposed to be taking just sitting in your muscle. And that ends up just grinding the fibers, making more scar tissue, causing an inflammation reaction, and it hurts because it's just crystals. It's just hard, raw powder crystals in your fucking muscle, just grinding your shit away until it gets absorbed. So the solution that I found to this upon reading a bunch of articles is basically to just dilute it. So I got some more grapeseed oil, and yes, it is sterile and it is filtered. I wasn't just gonna go to the grocery store and get grapeseed oil from the supermarket and just pour that into my fucking vial. No, I got lab quality grapeseed oil that I'm going to be mixing with my testosterone cypionate. What this is going to do is make sure that there's enough oil to get all of the compound into my bloodstream, into my muscles, without the hormone just crashing. Because the problem with the high concentration steroids is that there's just not enough oil to get it all the way through. And this is just as far as I understand from reading forums for a couple of days. But basically, if you have more oil, it's gonna be less concentration of the benzyl alcohol and the benzyl benzoate. So there's gonna be more just oil. So ideally, I'm gonna try to get my testosterone cypionate back down to the standard 200 milligrams per milliliter. And I may even go back down to 150 milligrams per milliliter. I don't mind injecting more fluid if it's gonna give me less overall pain. I don't mind sitting there for an extra 20 seconds or whatever to just get more fluid in, or I'll even start injecting more frequently. It doesn't really bother me. I just don't wanna have to deal with this insane PIP. So my grapeseed oil is gonna be here sometime this weekend, maybe even tomorrow, we'll see. I had it rush ordered because I wanna keep doing this shit so I don't have to stop taking steroids. I also got another vial so that I can mix it separately. I'm gonna try to just do like a 1-to-1 dilution, and hopefully that helps. So that means my steroids are gonna be 150 milligrams per milliliter testosterone cypionate, and hopefully that helps get the compound into my muscles without crashing. I'm gonna test this by injecting just the grapeseed oil by itself into my left glute, and then injecting the diluted mixture into my right glute. And we'll see if there's a difference. Maybe it has to do with the volume. You know, this is just my theory. If it doesn't have to do with the volume, then that means it has to do with the ratios of the compound. So this is how we do it. We just experiment until shit works right. So I'm gonna have to play chemist and fix the fucking lab's mistake. But they are sending me replacements, which is nice. And if it's also the same problem that I had with this, then I'll just have extra gear, which I will also be diluting. So that means I got free gear, free steroids, and all I had to do was pay for a little bit of extra grapeseed oil. And now I have 4 vials of testosterone basically for the price of 2. So today I was supposed to take an injection. I'm skipping it because I don't really want to have to deal with this fucking pain. My shoulders are miserable right now. My glutes are fine, but my shoulders are fucked. So I'm not going to the gym today. Obviously, this shit is just like brutal. It's like, even just putting a shirt on is just like, god damn. I don't even know if you can really see it. It might not be very red on the video, but I injected like right about here, and it's a little bit red around here. It doesn't feel itchy. It's not like a rash, and it's just localized in that one spot. So I'm thinking, you know, process of elimination, it has to just be the concentration of the oil. Either too much BA or too high of a concentration. Either way, the dilution should help. Now, as far as the testosterone replacement therapy prescription shit is going, I have a meeting with a doctor tomorrow morning. We're gonna go on a Zoom call, and I think we're just gonna be talking about the procedure, you know, how things are gonna go moving forward. And I'm sure he'll have some questions for me. I know I'm gonna have some questions for him. I've got some things written out that I want to talk about, some requests that I wanna make. I'll go over all of that in the next video. So if you wanna see the update to that and what's going on with my science experiment, then hit the subscribe button, and we'll talk about all this chemistry, my prescription, all that shit in the next video. And make sure you hit the bell so you're notified, because you know how YouTube is lately. They just don't want to send you my videos or anyone's videos. You just won't hear about it. So make sure that you should get the notifications, and we'll see how this prescription goes. I'd like to get my prescription before I go to Vegas. It's not going to be guaranteed because I'm leaving in literally a week, 8 days from now. So we'll see if I can get it in time. If not, I don't know, we'll play it by ear. But if you guys have any questions, comments, you can either leave them in the comments section below, or you can hit me up on Instagram at FinesseDidIt. I'm pretty active on there. I love it when you guys ask me questions. I love it when we can get a conversation going and I can help you out. I'm not a super huge channel, so I'm not gonna like have you pay me for your time to like talk to me or anything like that. I'm not gonna try to sell you a fucking course. It just helps me if you can tell me what kind of content you want to see. So when you guys hit me with questions, it helps me to make better content and help you even further. So let me know if you guys like the video. If you do like it, make sure to leave a like, hit subscribe, tick the bell, and leave a comment if you have any questions, comments, concerns. Maybe even make some friends in the comments. Or if you just want to talk shit to me and tell me that I'm a fucking gearhead, roid rager, whatever, that I'm lazy, or I just want a shortcut. Be that guy, go ahead, do that. And yeah, I love you guys. I wish you the best. Be safe, be happy, be healthy, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Peace out.
grown man, find you somebody to play with. If you don't like me when you see me, better not say shh.